Good day everybody, thank you for joining me here at Friendship Shaving. I hope you're having a good day today. The brush I'm going to be using in today's shave is a vintage Erskine number 68, and you can perhaps see just in the edge of the picture there PAA's the solar flare. And indeed it is the Erskine brush that was the inspiration for the solar flare, and I've got two of them. They are slightly different. I believe this one is a slightly more modern version than this one. It is slightly taller and the ferrule is a little less bulbous. So there we are, we've got a vintage brush today to go with a vintage razor. I'll be using my fabulous birth year Gillette Slim from Backroads Gold. The soap I'm going to be using is my little sample of Shannon's soap Fig and Apricot, and I've got that loaded up on the brush. So I'd like to thank Craig for the sample of soap, Craig Will up in Scotland, and I'd like to thank Chris Williams. Thank you very much, Chris, for these lovely brushes. They are fabulous actually, and Chris has his own YouTube channel, and I will put the link to DE Razor Shaving in the description below. So I'm looking forward to this shave very much. I should mention that this soap, although it's beautiful, it smells gorgeous, but it does react against me a little bit. So we're going to try not to keep the lather on my face for too long. Here's the last little bit of the sample, and I just wanted to use it up. The smell is fantastic. It is a plum, apricot and peach with an underlying note of fig. It's a beautiful scent. It's just a shame that there is something in it that reacts with me a little bit. So I'm going to be using my Slim on setting 5. And you know what? This Slim is just a fantastic shave. I've used lately quite a lot of Gillette Fat Boys. I've got a couple of Fat Boys, my Gillette Executive, my Toggle as well, and the Slim, and you know, I like them all. I really cannot say which one I like most. They all shave slightly differently. I think this one shaves a little better than my Uncle Morris's 1966 Slim. I'll have to do a side by side and test that out, but it does shave beautifully. I'm very pleased to have this razor. And a quick shout out to all of you that were born in 1963 that will let me know through the comments. And of course you still have a couple of days to take part in the Backroads Gold giveaway, as mentioned in the last Gifts of Friendship video. So if you've not seen it, jump onto that, as it is a tremendous giveaway. And I'll put the link to that video in below as well, so you've got everything that you need. Now I'm going to just rinse my face properly. I've found with this soap, and it is a tallow soap from Shannon Soaps. It is $11.95 for 4 ounces. It lathers up really well. Slickness is phenomenal. A really good soap, but I don't get any problems with the first pass. And then a little way into the second pass, I started to get a feeling where I was thinking, is that a bit of razor burn? And it was actually the soap starting to burn a little bit. And then by the time I was into my third pass, it was really time to get the soap off my face. Had no problems at all. Immediately that it was off, no problems. So that's how it is with me. It'd be interesting to see if the barber shops samples that I've got from Shannon Soap are the same. So I'll have a little experiment with those. And you know, this brush, I mean the PAA brush, lacks a little bit of the details. As I said, I think this one with the wider ferrule is a little bit earlier. I mean, if you have any information about that, I'd love to find out for sure. But it just seems to me that this is an earlier design. Do you know what? It's a little brush. It surprised me how little it is, especially compared to the PAA Solar Flare, but it's very comfortable to hold in the hand and use. It's very nice indeed. So here we go, second pass. And I'm using a Gillette Silver Blue today. I like the silver blues. A stainless blade. It works very well in this razor. It's that blade's second use is definitely a little bit smoother than the first use. There we are. I'm starting to get just a little bit of burn now. Now, as you know, the Gillette Slim superseded the Fat Boy and was produced from 1961 through to 68. G3 through to N4 is the date code. Apparently there are fewer of the G3 date codes because at that time there was a little bit of crossover at Gillette with the last production of the Fat Boys. And I always thought that the name Gillette Slim was a name that was sort of invented by the people that used the razors, you know, like a bit of folklore sort of thing. But no, in America, Gillette advertised the razor as the Gillette Slim adjustable razor. And I found that information from the Gillette Adjustables website, which is a fantastic resource. I always enjoy looking at that. So much information on there. But in 1966 they dropped the Slim from the advertisement on their packaging. In America it was called the Slim. In 1963, when it came to the UK, it was called, I've got it written down, the Gillette Adjustable Mark II. Sounds like a car, doesn't it? Sounds like something you drive on the weekend. My Mark II adjustable. But yeah, fascinating. And the Fat Boy, of course, was the Mark I. So not only do I have my birth year razor, but if I read it rightly, 1963 is the date they came to the UK, so it seems sort of really appropriate that Chris chose this razor for me as a gift. It's just lovely. Now I'm just gonna leave that like that. I've got plenty more soap in my bowl, but I'm just gonna leave it like that, and we'll go against the grain. Oh, that just comes off so quick and easy. What a fabulous razor. This one, of course, as I said, has got a rhodium handle and the nickel, the bright nickel head. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to John Curtin. Now John, a couple of years ago, kindly lent me his all rhodium Gillette Slim, and at the time I had it on the window ledge there, and I compared it to my Uncle Morris's Slim, which has the original finish, and I've never seen anything plated in rhodium before, and the difference was quite marked. So thank you, John, for reminding me of that video. Indeed, I'd forgotten all about that, and John coincidentally had that razor plated at Backroads Gold, so it's a very appropriate reminder. Now this soap is burning like heck now. Of course, this is where samples are great, and Shannon's soaps do seem to sell quite a lot of samples of their soaps. There we are, we'll just get that off quickly. And as I say, once that's off now, within a very short time that irritation will just go away. Again, it's likely to be a scent compound. Although that's 2 fig soaps that I've reacted to from different companies. There we are. Yes, a UK version of this razor, 1963, would have been 12 shillings and 6pence. It's a beautiful razor. I've oiled the mechanism just slightly. If I can turn it the right way, that would help. It was just a little bit squeaky there. So, and I use this little ballistol oil, which was quite expensive but very safe to use, particularly on a razor. And let me just open this and show you. I just put a little drop down there and a little drop in the bottom. I let it sit each time and work the mechanism, and it just took away that slight squeakiness. Now, I'm just going to use my Proraso White today because it's slightly fruity, and I feel it will go very, very nicely with the fruitiness of the fig and apricot. And it's a lovely scent. It's not completely apricot with the plum and the peach added to it. It's just a lovely, fresh, fruity scent. And yeah, this will go very nicely with it. There we are. And that actually is a phenomenal shave. Another phenomenal shave with a vintage Gillette razor. Thank you very much for joining me today. Now, don't forget you've a couple of days to get involved in the Backroads Gold giveaway. It is fantastic, especially if you've got an old razor that needs restoring. So check that out on the link, and I'll see you next time around. Be safe, be well. Thank you for being part of my shave today. All the very best now. Bye bye.